Hello, Kat. Are you able to talk right now?
Sure. It's rare, though, that I ever get any texts from you. What's been going on? Did something happen between you and my little brother?
No, this has nothing to do with him, actually. I had heard that you were going to support us in paying for our wedding.
Right, so my brother told you that then.
He did. Carson told me about what you were doing, and at first I wasn't really going to say anything to you about it. But then I thought I should at least say hello and let you know that I'm happy because of what you're doing.
Well, thank you for contacting me about that. You don't have to worry about texting me, though, if you didn't really want to. This was all meant to be a present for the both of you, so please don't feel as though you need to say thanks or anything right now about it either. I know that you must be thankful inside, and that's all I really care about. So please take the money and use it on all the costs that the wedding will require.
I am very happy that you're willing to pay so much for us. But this is a lot of money you seem to want us to use, right? Are you sure it's okay to be giving us this much? Carson and I both have money saved up as well, so we can handle a lot of the costs too.
Of course it's okay. Leave that bill to me and just focus on putting that wedding together the way you'd like.
Are you really sure this is okay though?
After this wedding, you both are going to have to pay for a house or a new apartment, as well as things like your honeymoon. That'll be a lot of money to afford all those things, so I was hoping by paying for your wedding, that would take some of the weight off your shoulders. This is my present to the both of you.
You really care a lot about your brother then.
Well, I'd like to think that I do. He is very cute to me, after all.
But this is a large amount of money you're giving us, right? Will you really be able to send all of that to us? From what else I've heard, you're not working right now, are you?
You are right that I'm not working right now. But this is a present for the both of you, so I don't mind overspending just a little. So don't worry about me.
Does this mean that you've saved up over 100 grand or something? That's amazing.
To me, saving up money is kind of like my hobby. Ever since I graduated from school, I've been saving little by little.
You do happen to be a very serious individual, Kat. You don't seem like the kind of person to dine out often or spend on fashion. I can definitely see that you're a girl that loves saving her money up.
I sure am. I don't even bother with things like accessories or makeup. Maybe once a year I'll get myself something nice, but that's it.
But at your age, isn't it a bit depressing to not have a job or anything? Have you ever thought of getting back out there and working somewhere again?
Not right now.
Is that going to be all right for you, though? The longer you don't have yourself a job, the harder it is to get hired by any proper jobs in the future, right?
I'm sure that's the case for most places, but I've had a lot going on with myself. For the time being, I'd like to take things slow.
Then you must have a lot of money saved up.
I wouldn't say that I could live off the money I have saved up for the rest of my life, but, well, let's just say that for a short time, I can relax.
Oh. Not having all that much money to last you forever, yet putting a lot into our wedding while you just sit at home all day is crazy. Honestly, it's pretty unbelievable what you're doing.
Well, thank you for being a little bit worried about my future. But I really will be all right, Gwen.
If you're saying you'll be all right, then I guess everything is fine, but I'm just a bit worried about you after our wedding happens, in case something happens that we have to deal with.
Aha, so that's what you've been thinking about then. I would never ask either of you to take care of me in the future, no matter what troubles I'm going through, so don't worry about that either. And this money I'll be sending you this time is your gift from me in order to let you guys have a great marriage. Actually, I'm a bit sorry for getting you all worked up about me.
No, you don't have to be sorry as long as you're fine. I'll take your word for it then. And thank you for helping pay for the whole wedding.
How's it going, Gwen? Everything ready for the wedding yet? My brother told me you've been putting a lot of work into getting that wedding set up and decorated.
Things are fine. I've been very busy with all of it, but all of this is in order to have the best wedding.
You even decided on a really wonderful wedding venue, right? One of my friends had her wedding there before, so I've already been around that place. It really is like something out of a princess movie there.
Actually, I heard from Carson that you really love this place a lot, and so the both of us went and took a look for ourselves. I happened to love it at first sight, and asked the staff to reserve it for me right after that.
I see. Well, I'm so happy to hear that you like it there. Having your wedding there will make for so many fantastic memories.
That's what I'm thinking as well. And because of that 40 grand you gave to Carson and I, we'll be able to throw a quite impressive and gorgeous wedding.
That's awesome to hear.
We were able to get all the flowers, decorations, and food items that we wanted. Knowing that this wedding would be only once-in-a-lifetime thing for me, I made sure to go all out.
I see. Then this is going to be one heck of a wedding for us all. I'm really looking forward to coming to that wedding.
Ah, about that actually. I have something to ask you, Kat.
Something to ask me? Are you wanting me to give the speech now or something? I really suck at getting up in front of people, so maybe it's best you choose someone else.
That's not what I have to ask at all. I want you to refrain from coming to our wedding. Can I ask you to please stay home on the day of?
What? Why?
Having you come to the wedding would be a huge waste. The whole thing would be ruined right from the start.
How would I be ruining the wedding by being there? I was just planning on being there as a guest, so I wasn't going to go up on stage or have anything to do with the event.
But you would have something to do with it. You would be impacting my wedding quite a lot, actually. You happen to be a jobless shut-in, right? If you come to my wedding as someone with a lifestyle like that, you'll be giving the newlyweds bad luck.
Giving the newlyweds bad luck? Are you sure?
I'm very sure. I would like to have the perfect wedding. That's why I'm putting so much of my time and effort into making sure everything is set up just right on the day of. You also happen to know just how much effort I've been putting into this wedding now, right?
I do know that.
Then you can understand why I don't want you to be there, right? In order to have my wedding to be a success for everyone, please, do as I'm asking.
I understand what you're asking from me.
Would you rather have my wedding be a total failure? You always like to think about your little brother, right? Then please, do this for the both of us.
But this happens to be my only sibling's wedding. And I would at least like to see what he looks like in his tuxedo. Would that be too much to ask?
You will be able to see all sorts of pictures of the wedding after. That should be enough for you, right? We'll be having a professional photographer taking all the photos, so don't you worry. So you'll be seeing some of the best wedding photos ever taken of us.
I don't want to stay away from that wedding, though. I want to be there and see it all with my own eyes.
Please don't be so selfish, Kat.
But what about the feelings I have for this wedding? I've been looking forward to going to my little brother's wedding for so long now. You're telling me that my feelings of wanting to be there are selfish of me?
That's what I'm telling you. Even Carson is saying that he'd like you to stay away from the wedding, rather than having you there ruining it for everyone. It would be very selfish of you to come to our wedding without listening to either the groom's or the bride's desires, right?
Hasten is asking me to stay away as well?
Yes, he is. He knows that you'll be bad luck for us. And he doesn't want anyone knowing that his sister is a total shut-in either, because that would embarrass him.
You're lying, right? There is no way Kaysen would say something like that about me. That kid knows better than to talk about me that way, and is too kind for that.
That's probably why he can't say something like that to your face then. But deep down, this is how he feels about you being there. He said that in front of my eyes before.
I see. So I'm not being invited to this wedding then. I was looking forward to going to that wedding so badly, though.
And that's because you only wanted to be happy about yourself, Kat. We are not going to be having this wedding in order to make you happy, okay? Please do not get the reasoning for this wedding confused.
Then what was the point of me giving you guys that kind of money to pay for the wedding?
What? Are you starting to regret giving us that wonderful present now? You told me yourself that you gave it to us as a celebration for getting married. I can now see that you actually gave us that money in order to make us owe you all kinds of things in the future.
That's not why I gave you guys the money. But I at least expected to join everyone else in going there to see it.
I wouldn't think of handing someone a present as allowing myself to automatically come to their party. If you keep on complaining about the decision Carson and I have made, you'll only be making yourself look worse. And let me just say this now. We will not be giving you the money back. We already gave it all away to the wedding organizer to pay for the whole wedding.
I see. Understood then. I won't say anything else about the choice you've made.
If you understand what I've asked, that's good. That means on the day of our wedding, please stay at your house and don't bother any of us. I'll make sure to show you all the pictures later, okay? Hey! What have you done? Kat, we are being told that the wedding has been canceled. What the hell is going on here?
What? I never canceled that wedding on you guys or anything.
The wedding venue just called and told us that we can't have our wedding here anymore. You went and canceled the wedding without telling us, didn't you?
I told you I did not cancel it. There should still be a wedding going on when you planned it.
What are you talking about? I'm telling you right now that we can't have our wedding.
That's you saying you can't have that wedding, right?
Huh? What are you trying to say right now? What you've said to me so far makes no sense at all.
I'm saying that your plan has not been canceled. Of course, the wedding that you had all worked out isn't going to happen, though. This is going to be my wedding now.
Huh? I literally have zero clue what that means. How the hell were you able to take my wedding and turn it into your own?
I got permission from Kaysen to go ahead and do this. And thankfully, Kaysen went and spoke with the wedding planners to tell them things had changed. I was the one that paid for the whole wedding in the first place, right? So it's not a problem that we went ahead and changed some of the plans.
How is that supposed to be good enough reason for something like that? And what's this about Carson talking with the wedding planners about this?
You have to understand what I mean by that, right? Your guys' wedding isn't going to happen anymore. And Kaysen made sure that the money I put into it didn't go to waste. And as far as I'm aware, Kaysen is no longer going to be marrying you.
Why not? Carson was so excited for this wedding and everything. Why is this kind of terrible stuff happening to me?
You don't understand the reason why yet?
I have no clue.
This is because you were being a total asshole to me before. You went and told me to stay away from my little brother's wedding, and you knew that wasn't the right thing to do. And as for myself, I do not want to give that much money to someone as disrespectful as you.
So you're mad about me telling you not to come to our wedding before? This is your way of getting back at me now?
I didn't want this to happen, Gwen. But you told me that by coming to your wedding, my brother would be embarrassed. So I had to ask him if that was true or not. That's when he told me he never said anything like that, all before he became really pissed off with you. I said he could cancel the wedding, and he agreed with me on that.
So you were the reason for our wedding being canceled. You suggested to him to have it canceled. That's screwed up. After all that, you're going to steal my wedding from me?
After all of that?
I have put so much time and energy into making sure my wedding will be perfect for myself and everyone there. But right as I was about to finish up all the planning and getting ready for the wedding, I'm being told the wedding is not happening anymore.
You might have done all of that planning for it, but I was the one that put a lot of money into it. Carson was saying he'd cancel your guys' wedding. And the wedding venue told us that it was already paid in full and too close to the date to get all my money back. So, I decided I'd take this wedding and make it my own.
Do you know how much time I put into it, though?
I saw all of your work and made sure to remove a lot of it. Right now, I have all the staff working hard to change the plans for me last minute. I'm sorry to say this, but what you wanted to happen at your wedding didn't quite suit me.
What?
My fiancé was totally against a lot of it. He told me that the whole place was way too pink for him, and all the hearts strung up everywhere made it look like a child's idea of a wedding. And the food and gifts for all the guests were very monotone and didn't spark the idea of party to us. I thought all of that was a little too embarrassing for me as well, so we changed it all.
Leave it all be. I like things to be cute.
But even Carson told me that he hated all your decorations and other choices.
You're lying.
He was letting you have your way because you wanted your dream wedding and all. But he told me that all of that planning you did would have made him feel like he was marrying a kindergartner. He said that the wedding venue would have gone to waste with all those decorations you had up.
None of that stuff is embarrassing. I will not allow any of this to happen. Give me back my wedding right now. Carson still hasn't come back to me yet. Kat, you know where he is right now, don't you? He's left me, hasn't he? I can't even get a response from him anymore.
I know where he is, but I can't tell you.
Why are you picking on me so much? I was told by him that he doesn't even want to get married anymore. And he told me to keep both the engagement ring and wedding ring before running off. Have I really done something so wrong that I have to take all of this?
After what you were saying to me, I'm not sure my little brother could stay silent anymore. There's nothing wrong with him being upset with you to that extent.
But it's true that by having a shut-in like you at the wedding, there would be bad luck and bad vibes. I didn't say anything wrong there.
The reason I left my last job was in order to change to a new one. I am changing into a completely new line of work, so I have to take time to study for that new job. My last job paid me very well, but I was so busy all the time that I never had the time to do anything besides work. That's why I've been out of work for a while now.
That's just your excuse for becoming a shut-in.
I would like you to stop being so biased against those who aren't working currently. The idea of someone being a shut-in and carrying bad luck in the first place is strange to me. I was working for a very good company before and making very good money, hence all of this money I currently have saved up. I made sure I would have enough to take some time off to study and relax, as well as pay for my brother's wedding. But the fact that you take things without even being thankful for them has raised some very important questions. Why do I have to be made fun of by you like that when you can't even feel some form of gratitude towards me? I have no idea why you thought that was okay.
What the heck? Just because you were in good company for a little bit, you think you can talk to me like you're better than me?
I never said I was better than you. The one who was acting like they were better was you, Gwen. You used the fact that you were the bride of that wedding to stomp all over my feelings and desires.
Because if you came to my wedding, it would be ruin.
All right. So you're not going to change your position on that then? That's fine. It just means you won't have a wedding now. My wedding is already in the making now, so it's over for you.
It's not over until I say it's over. Especially when I'm still having to suffer now. Carson has already left me, and my wedding is just gone now. What is going to happen in my future with him?
I don't know the answer to that. Things that have to do with him and yourself should be discussed between you two.
I'm telling you that he won't respond to me, though.
I know that. I'll let him know then. If you have something you want to tell him, say it now.
Tell him that I'd like to talk. And tell him to stop having me talk through you.
He said there's no way he's talking to you. He doesn't want to talk to you or even see your face. And he wants me to tell you that anything that has to do with your marriage can be talked about in a few days with his lawyer. That's everything he said.
Huh? What the hell? You are with Carson right now, aren't you?
I am, as of right now.
Carson! I will apologize to your sister for everything, so please don't say you won't marry me anymore. If you give up on us getting married now, we'll both be embarrassed. Is that what you want?
Being married to someone like you would be far more embarrassing, so leave us alone, please. There's no way one can be married to someone who thinks and acts like you do. Is what he's told me to tell you.
No way. He won't even let me talk to him in person.
I will talk to you face to face when my lawyer is around. So until then, you're just going to have to wait, is what he said. I don't think he wants to say anything else to you now.
This is all your fault, Kat. What the hell did you mean by you always think about your brother? Everyone is upset now because of you.
The only one who's upset right now is you, Gwen. Carson has told me he's so relieved to not have to marry you.
Shut the hell up, you freaking bitch. Give me back my dang wedding already.
You want your wedding back when you don't even have a fiancé now? That wouldn't help you at all, would it? You don't have anyone to marry right now, so there's no need for you to have a wedding.
I am still not going to allow that to be true. He's still my fiancé, and his name is Carson.
Carson said he's never going to marry you, though. Also, my family and all our friends no longer like you, so they wouldn't even allow him to marry you. If you guys were to get married still after all of this, you would be making a whole lot of people very angry. I think it's time for you to just give up on all of this and be quiet, right? You're just lashing out now because you're selfish.
How am I the one that's selfish?
Because everything you say and do is only for yourself. It was your fault that your fiancé ended up leaving you, yet you keep saying that you don't care about how he feels and want to be married regardless. That's pretty dang selfish.
You seem to be having a lot of fun over there ruining my dreams. You are awful. I hope that your wedding ends up falling apart on you as well.
You really are such a child. This has all happened to you because you only think about yourself. My brother is crying because of you. He's saying that even being engaged to someone as horrible as you is embarrassing. After that, my brother got together with his lawyer and Gwen, and by the end of their meeting, they all agreed that things were off and that Gwen had to give him the rings back. She did so, and he went out and sold them in order to feel as though he got a settlement from her in some way for wasting all his time. Because of the horrible character that Gwen has, I wasn't the only person that she treated so horribly. As soon after what had happened, a lot of other people started to talk about how often she'd talk down to them. And so a lot of those people that she hurt before me spread the news of her losing her fiancé all over the town to make sure she couldn't escape the hell she created. She had gone around the town so many times bragging about how she'd be getting married. But now she just looks like one massive idiot with the news having been spread. She can't even go to her job anymore now because everyone there is calling her an idiot and a selfish loser. And I'm assuming she'll quit from there too. This is what I heard a few weeks later, but it appears that even with all the hate she had towards shut-ins, Gwen ended up becoming one herself. She is so deep inside her house now that I'm not sure anyone will ever see or hear from her again. As for my little brother, after this all happened, he's sort of lost some trust in women. And for the time being, it doesn't look as though he wants to date anyone. But my husband, being the thoughtful man that he is, Feels bad for Kaysen all the time. And we'll go out with him every weekend so that they can have some bro time. He's taken him to some basketball games now, and we'll sometimes go to the movies with him as well so they can talk about their nerdy hobbies. But he's also been taking him out to the mall to shop a little, and even to one of his friends' weddings to try and get Carson to open back up to women. From what my husband's told me, my brother's wounds are slowly beginning to heal up. I hope that one day Carson will be able to trust women the same way he'd done before, because he really deserves someone to be his one and only. Right now, my husband and I are praying that one day my little brother can find himself another woman, and this time have her be a lot less selfish around everyone. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.